Oh no. No. I just saw that my trades didn't or aren't showing right now because it refreshed, but that's okay. I will show my trades on TraderView. But hey everyone, happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great day. Let me go ahead and talk through my trade recap for today. So, IBO I definitely rushed. But I did go light on this. I wasn't, overexposed really at any point. I did take off my position, when I saw support forming. So overall, I'm like happy with how I played it. I do think I rushed it a little bit, and I do think the volume was too high to where it could have been crowded, and I like arguably should have avoided it entirely. It did have merger news, but just looking at the chart here, like this is pretty bullish. Um, Obviously comes down after hours, but um, the strong uptrend was definitely not ideal. I did have a drawdown of $940 at one point, and closed for $57. So clearly not good, but I think how I played it was okay considering the price action. So this one obviously like showing super bullish price action, but given my strategy, I just knew it would make a leg down. Um, so that's what I was kind of playing. I do think I rushed some of my entries, right? So you could see that like a lot of the time the pullbacks are happening after my second entry instead of my first entry. Aside from this one here, but think like all in all in terms of the game plan, like I saw that it was breaking out. Um, but the volume wasn't exceeding this red bar. So I held on to it thinking it would false breakout. It ends up consolidating here, forming new support, pushing up. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The fact that I was low size made me feel comfortable kind of just averaging in, scaling into this, and just covering when I could. I think my entries were good. It was just a matter of kind of probably should have avoided this one given the merger news and the price action. Um, yeah, I think like any other day, I might dodge this one. Was a little bit excited to get into this one given the yearly was looking bearish. Didn't need to on merger news. Um, Next, we have RZLV. This one was a solid opportunity, was spiking for like basically no reason. I don't remember the news on it, but it was coming up it was like popping up very high um, for no particular reason. And then when I saw that momentum was slowing at 235, I got in short. And I covered this position pretty early. Definitely could have held. No reason to sell when I did, but no drawdown for this one really. I think, yeah, I pretty much sniped the entry. Um, Next we have VSEE. This was the best opportunity today. Um, See here as after this wick, we got some shorting above 1.8. I set my order at 1.9 to get as close to the high as possible. Didn't lift it, which I'm happy about. It ended up going up to two above two, where I definitely could have shorted, but I didn't end up adding just for the risk that it keeps squeezing up, considering we're in pre-market. As you can see, the volume was exceeding the previous bar. We have a bearish candle, always a good sign. And then we have our sell off here. So same thing here. I wonder if there's a button I could use to just zoom in. I don't see it. I'm not good at trading view yet, but whatever. But yeah, VSEE super good. I definitely should have went full size here. I think I only went 750 or 780 shares. Could have went full size. Um, but yeah, wasn't in a drawdown for this one either. Very solid. Next we have ECDA. It was in a bit of a drawdown for this, but I wasn't scared about it considering what price action I was seeing. It wasn't like super bullish. It was up until the crack, but there was definitely sell-offs, and it wasn't looking like IBO where we have these candles where like, okay, so this candle here is and like this price action here can be really scary if there isn't big wicks down. Um, if there's a slow grind up, the slow grind up is like the worst thing when you're a short seller, shorting these like parabolic moves, because slow grind up completely defeats your chance of like the bid flushing, and you just, you know, like panic sell. Getting bought up is the worst thing that could happen. Um, so start scaling into this one. Obviously, no real overhead resistance. This one was up on news as well. I don't remember the news, but slow scaling into this. And it once it hit point 0.9, it had a big crack. So after this candle, I'm like, okay, I can just hold and cover my position as it comes down. Covered for a slight profit. We got 125, but again, drawdown of $700. I think it is fine, but I need to target these areas for getting out of my position. It's fine to get off exposure here because there are going to be people trapped short, but taking off exposure, looking to add higher, and then just holding the rest is the move. I shouldn't come out of all my position. Um, Rushed that one. Some of the ones today were definitely rushed because I had to take care of some errands in the morning. So a bit unhappy about the fact that I couldn't really hold, um, but you know, we move on. So Indo, I took a loss. This one was breaking out on the yearly. I shouldn't have traded it all. I just saw it coming up to pre-market resistance and took the short. Covered a little bit there, and then it broke out, and I tried adding to the position. Covered early for a loss when I could have held. This one too looks like I was down like $250. Nothing crazy. Didn't need to really sell when I did. I think I just panicked sold considering um, I didn't want to even be in this. I noticed that we broke out on the yearly as this started breaking out here. So it was just a bad sign. Didn't want this to keep grinding up after this sell off here, especially considering it could have been a clean breakout. Like this, like at this point, looks like a clean breakout, right? Especially with this indecision, it could easily keep going. So could be it was a little scary. Didn't like, being in this at this point. So I wanted to get out as soon as I could. Um, Retrospect could have held, but can't be hung up on that. EYEN I loved. I just wish I didn't sell when I did. Um, this one took the initial short here. Started seeing indecision. If we look at volume, it wasn't overwhelming for these bars. So I knew that we were like getting that overextension. We don't see increasing volume, increasing breakout. So I started adding at this point. When we have this volume peak out here, but the candle isn't a green bar like this, it indicates there's selling pressure. So big red candle right after that. Definitely could have held. Same deal. Got out early. So lots of trades that could have paid. Again, Kerr, great example. This one had overhead resistance. I remember, I believe in the eights or maybe the 7/8. And the volume this day I think was exceeding, but not at this point. So was definitely playing that 8 level as a resistance. It broke out with not crazy volume. Like again, looking at this volume to this volume comparatively, it's not as strong as a break. So it can definitely be a failed breakout. But again, sold a little bit too early. Obviously, could have captured another 30%, but sold that one early. Same deal. Was in a bit of a drawdown for it, but I need to target that same reward, which it's getting there aside from hyper bullish trades. But yeah, thank you all for watching. That was a recap for today. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Sorry I couldn't show it in DAS. I got to making this one a bit late, but yeah, thanks for watching and peace.